Good evening and welcome to Wapakoneta High School, where tonight WSN brings you a Western Buckeye League matchup. The Celina Bulldogs are in town to play the Wapakoneta Redskins. My name is Mark Shaw. My pleasure to play-by-play alongside your color commentary, Mr. Austin Scott. Austin, two teams, they're young. They have a combined 3 seniors on their 2 rosters, and they're trying to get a WBL win tonight.
Absolutely. So you talk to both coaches. They both consider their team a work in progress right now, but they are pretty happy with how things are coming along here so far. Just trying to get all of their young players some experience and learn what it takes to compete here in the Western Buckeye League.
Let's get to our keys to the game. Wapak's going to come in today. They're 3-5. They're 1-1 in conference play. Celina is 2-6. They're also 1-1 in conference play. Let's start with Celina Bulldogs to go through your keys to the game.
Yeah, so number 1 for Celina, fearless catches. Going up against this Wapak pack line defense, you need to catch the ball with a plan already in mind before it gets to you. Otherwise, if you're catching the ball and then thinking, by then Wapak's already sunk in to help, clogged up all the driving lanes and taken away a lot of easy opportunities for you. So if you're Celina, you got to catch with a plan in mind. Secondly, for Celina, executing their ball screen offense. That's how this team really likes to operate, out of ball screens, and they're a threat to drive to the basket off them. They can knock down some jumpers off ball screens. Also really good at finding the rollers as well. And against this Wapak team that's shown a variety of ball screen coverages this year, it'll be interesting to see how Celina reads and reacts to those. And then lastly, for Celina on the defensive end of the floor, they need to protect the paint. Everything Wapak likes to do is predicated towards getting to the basket, getting paint touches, getting easy scoring looks. So if you're Celina, they need to communicate well on defense, wall up, and try to turn Wapak into a jump shooting team. And then on the Wapak side of things, Coach Elkert wants them to win the rebounding battle tonight, especially on the defensive glass. They've struggled there a little bit so far this season, but Coach Elkert's hoping to see some progress on that end of the floor, hold Celina to 1 shot only. Also, Coach Elkert touched upon winning the turnover battle as well, having a positive turnover margin. They need to value and take care of the basketball against this Celina defense. And to me, that turnover margin is the decisive stat in whether or not you win or lose in high school basketball. And then lastly, for Wapak, play inside out. Again, I mentioned it already, they want to get in the paint, get those paint touches, get some easy looks at the basket. So they need to continue to attack. And once they've established that attack of the rim, that's when they can start kicking out to wide open 3-point shooters who can knock it down.
The numbers are very similar for both teams. Wapakoneta averages 40 points a game. Celina averages 45. And they both give up 48 points. We're going to be back in just a moment. It will be high school basketball on WOSN. We're back at Wapakoneta High School. We're going through our starting lineups. Before we do that, our first quarter sponsor tonight is Al's Woody's Diner. Wapak's best place for pizza, wings, subs, and burgers. Call 419-738-9111. And the sponsor of the Western Buckeye League is Superior Credit Union, home of the Spirit checking account and official sponsor of the Western Buckeye League. Let's go right into our starting lineup for Adam John's Celina Bulldog team. They will start number 3, Cohen Harder, 6-foot junior, averaging just over 1 point per game. Caden Wirtz, a 6'1 senior. He averages 13.2 points per game and 6.6 rebounds. Number 11 is Gavin Wicker, 5'11 sophomore, the leading scorer at 15.4. 13 is Braylon Parker, 5'11 sophomore at 6.4. And in the middle, Logan Billerman, 6'3 junior at 4.1 points per game. For the Wapakoneta Redskins, number 2, Caleb Moyer, 6'2 junior at 6.1. Number 3 is Blake Rogers, 6-foot sophomore, 5.0. The leading scorer, Ryan Richardson, 6'2 junior, 17.6 points per game. He's made 23 three-point field goals. He also gets 5 rebounds a game. Number 21 is Caleb Adams, 6'5 sophomore at 7 points and 5 rebounds. And number 23 is Aaron Sadler, 6'2 sophomore at 4.8 points per game. Our officials tonight, a veteran crew, Ben Kramer, Chris Ewald, and Mike Lampton, our officiating crew this evening. And Austin Scott, if you have not seen Ryan Richardson play, when that man gets on a roll, he's as good a shooter as there is around.
Oh, yeah, he gets extremely hot, I know, especially Ottawa-Glandorf game, very instrumental in that victory for the Redskins. Their first against the Titans in my lifetime since 1995, so it was good to see that.
He had 5 3-point field goals in the opening quarter that night against the OG Titans. Here's a back cut right off the out-of-bounds play, and Caleb Moyer scores on a set play off the inbounds. Full court pressure from the white-shirted Bulldogs. They back off. The point guard is Caden Wirtz, and this goes to Wicker. Gavin throws it on top to Harder, and down to the corner it goes. Wirtz looking for a screen. Gets to 15 feet. Off a screen comes Wicker. Bounce pass inside. Surrounded. That's the wall-up idea. And we're going to get a double dribble.
So you can see Celina there again wanting to get into their ball screen action. 3 of them set on that possession alone. They're going to be setting a lot of them for Wernz again, one of their most dangerous attackers off the ball screen.
Each team is 1-1 in conference play. Wapakoneta lost to Defiance 32-26. They beat OG, as we talked about, 52-43. Celina beat St. Mary's 47-42, and then lost to Van Wert 50-35. To the corner it goes. Saw a cut by Sadler across the lane, and to Moyer on top of the circle. Sadler. And then Ryan Richardson wears number 21. He's a shooter we talked about. Very patient offensive set. Here's Moyer again. Richardson down to the corner it goes to Blake Rogers. And Caleb Moyer. Caleb, of course, was a football quarterback who was hurt. You can see he had surgery on the index finger in his right hand. He goes off the rim again, unable to finish, and the rebound comes to Wernz. Wernz goes the length of the floor, gets his shot blocked, swatted away. Here comes Richardson the other way. And Moyer. Caleb doing a lot to get himself to the rim. Richardson trying to get in the lane as well. This 3 is going to go up from Rogers. Our 3-point field goal sponsor tonight is Army's Auto Wrecking. Cash, cash, cash. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Army's at 419-225-1896.
Good possession there from the Redskins, and again, all the result of a paint touch, able to kick out to Blake Rogers for that 3.
Into the lane goes Wicker, and he has to back it out again as Wernz gets it. This is Billerman. Billerman ran a screen and roll, got covered up inside. Good help defense that time. Wicker baseline shot up, and Wicker scores. Gavin's the leading scorer at 15.4 points per game. He's got his first basket. It's 5-2 Redskins. Rogers comes off a screen, gets to the lane, and goes all the way to rim and scores. He's got 5 early in the quarter. Celina runs that lane break. Here's a 3 that's going to go up. That 3 will splash in for Wicker. He's got all 5 points for the Bulldogs.
Off to a good start here. So again, the 2 big Celina scores are Wernz and Wicker. Wicker more of the outside shooter and Wernz more of the attacker. And Wicker sees one go in early here.
Spin in the lane. And another basket's going to go to Blake Rogers. That's points 6 and 7 for him in the opening quarter. He only averages 5 a game.
He's off to an extremely hot start. If he can see one go in early, could feel him here the rest of the game.
A couple of substitutes into the game. Elliot Block, a 6'4 sophomore, will enter for Wapak. Zayden Rolfus wears 15. He's a 5'10 sophomore. And number 31, Caleb Schlatter is a 6'5 freshman, will enter for Celina. Rogers, 6' sophomore. Pressured out front by Rolfus, who just entered. Here's Richardson in the lane. Awkward shot, and we're going to get free throws. Our free throw sponsor tonight is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here.
And you can see things paying off for the Redskins, just absolutely attacking the paint hard here early, and this is what Trey Elkert wants. Get into the lane, get an easy scoring opportunity, try to be physical with the basketball down low, and draw a free throw if nothing else, and Caleb Adams is able to capitalize with one there.
Here's Caleb Adams with his first point of the game. Caleb averages 6.9 a game. Good looking sophomore. Wirtz, pull-up jumper from 17, back of the iron it goes. And the rebound comes to the man who just checked into the basketball game a moment ago, Elliott Block.
So right now, Wapak choosing to play a little drop coverage there on those ball screens that Wirtz is coming off of. They want to do everything they can to prevent him from getting to the basket. So for the Redskins, that's a win if they can make him settle for 17, 18-foot jump shots.
Wolfus pokes the ball loose as he is a depth defender. Warrior comes off the screen, looked inside. Rogers going to get another three out of the corner. Guess whose night it is tonight? It is Blake Rogers' night tonight. His third Army's Auto wrecking, his second Army's Auto making three-point field goal of the game. He's got 10 points already. 10 of the 13 Redskin points. Rolfus in the corner. He's going to get a three look. And the rebound again comes to Elliott Block. Richards in a hurry. Shot up. Got a hand on it. Yes, it was blocked inside. I think Caleb Slatter got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. Just under 3 minutes to go in our opening quarter. Scoreboard today is brought to you by Wabash Mutual Telephone, a proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. Caleb Moyer's three bounces off the rim, and we're going to get another Wapak substitute as 6'8" Ethan Cope enters, the only senior on Trey Elkert's roster.
You know, the Redskins really roll out some length here with their main rotation. Mark pretty much everyone above 6 foot or taller. So, again, a lot of wingspan out there on the floor at one time.
Wirtz looks. Rolfus into the corner. It goes to Wicker. And resets to Cohen Harder. This three is going to go up from Harder. Bounces off the rim. And the rebound goes to Cope. This is Richards. Back in the corner. It goes to Rogers. And he comes off a screen looking for somebody to give it to. Cope tried to post up inside. Not there. And Rogers will reset. To the lane he goes again. That's a really pretty move.
Great job by Blake being able to play off 2 feet there, able to pivot his way into a much easier shot and prevent travel. So that was a really smart play by Blake, and already with 12 points.
He averages 5 a game. He's got 12 of their 15. They just blocked the shot out of bounds. That's a 6-foot Rogers. Billerman will check back into the game, as will Caleb Moyer. Ryan Richardson will get a break. Pass inbounds. Harder has it. Billerman will set a screen. Warrior was there to help on the roll play. They're really good at that off-ball defense. Billerman looked at three and turned it down. Wicker goes to the rim. Wicker shot. Nope. Moyer rebounds. Just over a minute to go in the quarter. Quick outlet pass from Moyer. Finishing at the other end, Elliott Block. His first basket. And the Redskins got it going in the opening quarter. And we're going to get a timeout that will go to Adam Johns. The Metzger Financial Services timeout. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Timeouts that are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. And our replay sponsor tonight has been brought to you by Wapakoneta Ford. You are new and pre-owned inventory at WapakonetaFord.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta.
Yeah, if you're Coach Johns right now, you're happy because you kept Ryan Richardson off of the scoreboard here in the first quarter, and he just went to the bench shortly before that timeout. Only problem is Blake Rogers came into the game, and he's already got 12. So that was Coach Johns' game plan coming in, make somebody besides Ryan Richardson beat him, and so far Blake Rogers has rose to the occasion.
Coming out of a timeout, Cade Wirtz gets his first basket to make it a 9-point Redskin lead. Half a minute to go or so here in quarter number one. Richards is back in. Post up inside, and the rebound comes off to Braylon Parker. See if Celina chooses to play last shot here of the opening quarter. Has that look to it. Wirtz dribbling the ball out near midcourt. Wirtz now off a screen. Gets a second screen. Wants to pull up from 17. And the rebound will come to Caleb Adams. And at the end of one, it's a good quarter for the Wapakoneta Redskins. They've got 17. The Bulldogs have 8. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. The sponsor of our second quarter tonight is Al's Woody's Diner in Wapak. Wapak's best place for pizza, wings, subs, and burgers. Call 419-738-9111. And the sponsor of the Western Buckeye League is Superior Credit Union, home of Spirit Checking Account, and the official sponsor of the Western Buckeye League. Well, Adam, Austin, as I looked at this, we're texting back and forth with my WSM buddies, and I'm going to say, hey, guess what? Wapak had a guy go off for 12 points in the first quarter, and they're all going to go, yeah, it was Ryan Richardson. And I'm going to go, no, it was Blake Rogers. What a quarter he had.
Yeah, he was smoking hot there in that first quarter. And, again, that's something watching Blake play over the years that could really carry through the last 3 quarters here as well.
It is 17-8. Coming off a screen will be Wicker. Into the corner it goes to Parker. Trying to post up Billerman inside, kick out. Couldn't get anything going down inside. Tried, couldn't get it there. Here's a move to the goal. That shot's missed. Here's Richards with the rebound. And left-handed post move inside will not fall inside for Elliott Block. And Richardson hasn't scored yet. It's not a problem for his team. They've got 8. Coming off a screen, Wirtz. Good shot. Wirtz has got 5 in the game, as does his teammate. Gavin Wicker cuts it to a 7-point lead.
I'm sure that's something Coach Johns talked about there in between the quarter. That's the shot, based on Wapak's ball screen defense that they're showing right now, that's the shot that Wirtz is going to have to knock down, and he does it there.
I like Moyer, always looking to attack the rim. Here's a move to the goal. That shot will miss by Blake Rogers, but we're going to get a foul. And I think that foul is going to go to...
Yeah, it looked like Blake got just a little bit of a hand in the back there going up for the shot. Now he's going to get 2 free throws.
Free throw sponsor tonight is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. Henry Ely, who wears number 14, a 6'3 freshman, will enter the game for the Wapakoneta Redskins as Rogers missed the first free throw. That second free throw point is good, giving him 13 in the game of the 18 Redskin points. See Wirtz looking to be very athletic and try to get to the rim. Into the lane, trying to get a shot up. The ball ends up on top to Schlater. He just set a screen and taking the ball to the rim, unable to finish inside, though, was a shot by Wirtz. He almost got his own rebound and couldn't. And out in transition and unable to finish, though, with a good move was Caleb Adams. Ball's tipped out of bounds off the pass from Gavin Wicker. Back into the basketball game comes Cohen Harder.
For the Bulldogs, number 3, Cohen Harder.
Caden Wirtz. This is Slatter setting his ball high up at the top. Wirtz comes off a screen but can't get away from Moyer. Left-handed jumper is going to go by Parker. That bounces around. Parker hustles into his own rebound, though. This three is going to go up from Wicker, and he got it.
And again, that's one point of emphasis Coach Elkert's had with this Redskins team, making sure they limit opponents to just one shots. They're posting a -8 right now on their rebounding margin throughout the season so far. And again, Celina gets a second chance, and it goes in for a three.
And a missed three at the other end. Three-point sponsor tonight is Army's Auto Wrecking. That has cut the lead to 5. And a left-handed move inside to Harder. And this has been a Celina first 3 minutes of quarter number 2. It's a Metzger Financial Services timeout. You're watching high school basketball, WOSN. Our scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Wabash Mutual Telephone, a proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. And our free throw sponsor tonight is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. Good flurry for the Bulldogs to start quarter number 2.
Yeah, I think they're starting to realize how they need to attack the Wapakoneta defense right now. And then that last bucket was just strictly, well, I should say the second to last one was just an effort play that Celina came out on the right side of.
A well-executed backdoor cut coming out of the timeout. Ends up being Ryan Richardson's first basket. Takes the lead back to 5.
Yeah, that's a go-to look for the Redskins when they really need a basket, either out of a timeout or maybe in a late clock situation. They like to go with that backdoor set.
There's another three-point field goal. This one's going to go for Wicker. Another Army's Auto Wrecking three-point field goal. Moyer goes to the rim. That one missed. Slatter rebounds.
Yeah, again, Wicker showing off more of the three-point shooting threat for this Celina team, his 21st make of the season.
I like how Moyer likes to attack the rim. Unable to finish that time. Logan Billerman will re-enter the game. Good job from Coach Johns to get his team just kind of settle down and play.
Oh, absolutely. So, again, just took some time to kind of crack the code here on the Wapak defense a little bit. And I know during one of those timeouts in the first quarter, getting back on defense was a big emphasis. I could see him kind of motioning about there. And, again, for Wapak, you can't allow him to get those easy transition baskets.
Ball's tipped out of bounds by Moyer. Right over in front of his father, the football coach here. You can see him in the background there in the black sweatshirt. Very successful football coach, you might add. And into the basketball game comes Aaron Sadler. He re-enters and replaces Elliot Block.
Celina looking for that elevator screen. Wasn't there. Well defended by Wapak.
On the wing it goes. Wicker tries to get inside. You can see Celina plays those 5 out on the perimeter. A lot of screen action, a lot of strip screens. And a really nice looking pull-up jumper by Caden Wirtz. He has points 6 and 7, and we're tied now at 20. It was 17-8 at the quarter, so a really good start here for the Bulldogs in quarter number 2.
Yeah, Celina being really patient and, again, waiting for that great opportunity to open up, and they're able to get one there.
And a really well-executed play ends up in Caleb Moyer's hand. He got a screen and got to the rim. He's got 4 in the game. Now his team goes back up by 2. Wicker accepts the screen. Tried to get it inside, but a good steal by Caleb Adams. Out in transition. There's a lob. Rogers kind of miscommunicated how he wanted that one to go. Moyer looked at 3 and turned it down. Here's Adams going to the rim. Rogers going to get another 3 look. And the rebound comes to Braylon Parker. Sometimes you don't want that quarter to end, do you?
Oh, no.
Rogers had it going, had 12 in the opening quarter, has 13 now, and he was on fire in the first quarter. Billerman, in the corner it goes to Wernz. Penetration dribble. Wicker gets it stripped loose by Rogers. Here's Richardson in transition. To the rim he goes, overshot it. He was looking for some contact and didn't get the call, and here's Wernz going the other way.
Yeah, he does a good job of that. Again, he's another great player that does a good job of playing off of 2 feet, and he's usually able to use his shoulder to draw some contact, get to the free throw line a lot, and didn't work out on that one.
That shot smothered inside, but we're going to get a foul that will go against the Wapakoneta Redskins. That will go to Caleb Adams. Caleb's first. And to shoot Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws will be Gavin Wicker, a 77% free throw shooter on the season. First one is good. He's got 11 in the game now. Average is 15.4. Somewhat of a microcosm, I would think, Austin, with the way Celina has played this year. 7 points from Wernz. We now have, 12 for Wicker. They've been their 2 leading scorers all year. He's got 13 now.
Yeah, they're doing a good job, again, kind of sharing the basketball. It doesn't seem to be something where it's, oh, hey, this possession, it's my turn, next one, it's your turn, or anything like that. Both being pretty unselfish with it. And, again, it's keeping them in the basketball game right now and tied up.
Wernz is out harassing Richardson. Now they switch off, and Rolfus has him. Into the lane he goes again, has it stripped loose this time.
Yeah, Wernz has quick hands. He's averaging 2.5 steals a game, too, for the Celina Bulldogs. So not only getting it done offensively, but he works hard on the other end as well.
Celina trying to take a lead.
And here's kind of Celina's base set. So they run Wernz off a double stagger there on the baseline, and then usually try to set him a ball screen here and see if he can work off of that.
Billerman pulls up for 3, bounces out. Good check out inside, and eventually rebound by Sadler. Rogers spins in the lane, up and under move with left hand, finishes. He's got 15 in the game.
Yeah, he's been pretty crafty around the basket tonight, and, of course, hot from beyond the arc as well.
Under a minute to go. Second quarter action from Wapakoneta High School, Western Buckeye League action. Pull-up jumper. Back of the rim it goes. Sadler with another rebound.
So here from Wapak, very good chance you see a backdoor set from them here. Maybe try to get something quick before the end of the half. Or they'll also like to run this weave action up top that'll eventually end with a flare screen 3. So let's see what they can come up with.
Richardson tried to get in the lane. This time it goes to Adams. Pull-up jumper, and Adams scores. Caleb Adams has got 3 in the game. That final basket of the quarter will give Wapak a 26-22 lead as we go to the break. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. I want to thank our replay sponsor tonight. That's Wapakoneta Ford. You can view our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. And our 3-point field goal sponsor tonight is Army's Auto Wrecking. Cash, cash, cash. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Army's at 419-225-1896. Wapakoneta goes quarter scores of 17-9. Celina goes quarter scores of 8 and 14. They got themselves back into the game, made a game of it here in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, a couple late baskets there by the Redskins, but if you're Celina, I think based on how the first quarter went with Blake Rogers just absolutely raining down on you, I thought that was a really good recovery there in the second quarter.
Rogers ended up the half with 15 points, 4 from Caleb Moyer, 3 from Caleb Adams, a pair from Ryan Richardson for Celina, 13 from Gavin Wicker, 7 from Cade Wernz, 2 from Cohen Harder, and we are at 26-22 heading into the halftime break. Back with the third quarter after this. You're watching high school basketball, WOSN. We're about ready for third quarter action from Wapakoneta. Our quarter sponsor tonight is Al's Woody's Diner in Wapak. Wapak's best place for pizza, wings, subs, and burgers. Call 419-738-9111. And our timeout sponsor tonight has been Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Well, Austin Scott, we got ourselves a basketball game. Wasn't sure we were going to have one after one quarter, but Celina fought their way back into it with a 14-9 quarter.
Oh, absolutely. We were talking about it a little bit during the break. I think Coach Johns would be pretty happy with how the first half unfolded there. Again, they're keying in on trying to stop Ryan Richardson. He only had 2 points there in the first half, but Blake Rogers had other plans. He had 15, triple his normal scoring average in the first half alone, which is pretty impressive. But and also for Celina offensively, Wapak was taking away all of your easy basket opportunities. They're still able to put up 22 points and keep this at a 4-point game here so far. So again, I'd be pretty encouraged if I was the Bulldogs here heading into the second half.
So we look ahead to the schedule for these two teams. Wapakoneta on Saturday night will be at Allen East. Their next Western Buckeye League Conference game will be Friday the 10th against St. Mary's. And like everybody else, it seems like in Northwest Ohio, they're moving the start of those games up to accommodate football from the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Football Network. Celina, they will be at Jefferson on Saturday night, and they have a really tough challenge on the 10th. They're going to Shawnee that night, and that is a major challenge playing the Shawnee Indians tonight, especially at home.
Oh, absolutely. I think Lappin Gymnasium is one of the best home court advantages in our area, and with a team like Shawnee has this season, I would be very shocked if they drop many home games this year.
The next home game for Celina, they are here on the road, of course, tonight, Saturday. They're also on the road on the 10th and 11th. Their next home game is not till the 17th of January when they play Kenton at home.
Wow.
And you can see that Mr. Lampton's about ready to inbound the ball, put under the disposal of Ryan Richardson, and we are underway for the third 8-minute stanza. This is Rogers who comes off a screen. Into the corner he goes, bounce pass inside. Adams goes up and under good pressure from Billerman, missed a shot.
It's a pretty good opportunity coming out of the half for Wapak here. We'll see if Wapak changes anything defensively. They've shown switching to a zone here a little bit so far this season in the second half, but no sign of it here, sticking with their man-to-man right now.
Adams snatches the rebound away from Billerman. Each team has missed their opening shot of quarter number 3. Moyer's trying to post up. Got a step-back move, good defensive play, but still spins into the lane. It goes up and under. Caleb Moyer worked really hard for that basket. He's got a basket at each quarter now for 6 points.
Looked like Coach Elker talked about posting up more here in the second half. First 2 possessions for Wapak are immediate looks down on the block, and they're able to capitalize with Moyer there.
Wicker, 3-point field goal is long for him. Moyer rebounds the board ball on the backside. Blake Rogers looks inside to Adams, and Billerman does a nice job pushing away from him. Coming off a screen is Gavin Wicker. Billerman passes out. And Wertz comes off a screen. Trying to get loose that time was Braylon Parker. Wapak playing a solid defensive quarter for the first 90 seconds. Billerman, skip pass out. Long 3 will go up from Harder. I've been impressed with how well Wapakoneta checks out on the defensive rebounding.
Very good job there. Again, big point of emphasis here early in the season for them from Coach Elkert, in an area he knows his team needs to grow in a lot more. And a good defensive possession there. Again, Wapak's really loading up on those ball screens where they're willing to kind of let the roller go and do his thing, but they really want to try to neutralize the ball handler coming off of those screens. And so far, Celina has not been able to get the ball to the roller on a clean look yet.
Here's Richardson trying to get loose. He's had trouble getting loose from Caden Wirtz tonight. There's Wirtz with a good low hand that time as they switched on body. Sadler, Richardson. See, Moyer's pointing. He wants the basketball down low. There he got a pass and a really good one.
There you go. It's 4 straight possessions. Again, Wapak looking down in the post for an easy opportunity. Able to get 2 baskets out of it so far.
Off glass and finishing is Caden Wertz. He's got 9. And we're going to get a Metzger Financial Services timeout. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Wabash Mutual Telephone, a proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. Tonight's replay is brought to you by Wapakoneta Ford. If you are new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. Caleb Moyer's got 4 points. He's gone down low block to get both of them.
Yeah, I think that timeout from Coach Johns there was to discuss his post defense with his team here. Again, it was 4 relatively easy catches down the block for Wapak in all 4 second half possessions so far. So Celina's going to have to find a way to cut that down.
Caleb Moyer has 4 in the quarter. Caden Wertz has the only basket for Celina. And let's see what kind of a set play we got coming out of Coach Elkert on this one. There's Moyer trying to post up again. And now he's got the basketball down low against Cohen Harder. 6'2" post player, spins inside and left his shot a bit short. Here's an outlet pass and a run to the rim, and almost an opportunity for a three-point play was Gavin Wicker. That foul goes to Aaron Sadler. Not many fouls in the basketball game. I'm looking at, 2 for each team so far.
Yeah, pretty clean game for the most part.
There's a couple of Lee's famous recipe free throws that will go up for number 11, Gavin Wicker. Gavin's got 14 in the game. He's made all 3 of his free throws this evening. He's a 77% free throw shooter on the season. Good timeout for Celina. Got a stop, and free throw went off the back of the iron, and Richardson rebounds. Rogers spins into the lane. Sadler wanted to get one up and couldn't. Here's Moyer, matched up with Harder now. Very patient Wapakoneta offensive set this time. Ryan Richardson tries to get into the lane and cannot. Now Richardson's going to get a 3 look. That's off the front of the rim, and Moyer gets a rebound on the backside. Pass is stolen. Will go the other way with the ball in Braylon Parker's hands, and then Moyer made a great athletic play to knock that cross-court pass down, and we're going to get a held ball. Very nice athletic play by Caleb Moyer to go up and knock that one down. The arrow says it stays with Celina, where it'll be baseline out of bounds almost halfway through quarter number 3.
Yeah, Moyer didn't get a hand on that. Celina had someone backside there for an easy wide open layup. So very good stop.
We're talking about where the basketball should be out of bounds. There's actually a trapezoid. If you take the free throw line where it meets the foul lane and take it straight to the corner, the ball goes below that. It's taken out of the baseline. Above that, it comes out on the sideline, and this one went to the sideline. Move inside, scoop shot off the glass. 16 in the game now. Gavin Wicker, that's above his average of 15 a game, and we're only halfway through quarter number 3.
He's playing really good. Again, as a three-point shooter, he's going to get a lot of attention out on the perimeter and some tight defense, but he's able to dribble his way to the basket for the lay-in.
That 3 ball won't fall for Aaron Sadler on a nice pass from Richardson. Here's Celina walking it up against that Wapak defense. Wicker spins in the lane and goes off glass. That's a bit hard. It was tipped by Harder, but he couldn't finish, and now Wapak has numbers the other way. And a good pass to Moyer, and he finishes off a good pass from Caleb Adams. And we're going to get a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Back in a moment. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. It's our Metzger Financial Services timeout, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. And the official sponsor of the Western Buckeye League is Superior Credit Union, home of Spirit checking account and official sponsor of the Western Buckeye League. 3:22 to go Each team has taken 2 timeouts. Each team has taken a timeout in this quarter. And it will be Celina basketball. Kayla Moyer has become a double-figure scorer now with 10. 6 in this quarter. So both Celina and Wapak have taken a timeout in this quarter, and we'll have 3 remaining. Tried to bounce past the ball inside. It was kicked on the pass attempt from Wertz.
That was a really good look, trying to free up Wertz there. The flare screen, re-screen to get him the basketball, and trying to make its way down there to Schlater, but got kicked in the process.
Ball's lobbed way out on top, but it comes into the hands of Cohen Harder. And Harder goes down into the corner to Gavin Wicker. Wicker into the lane, and scoop shot. Left it short. Moyer rebounds.
So one adjustment out of that timeout to watch the next time Celina has the ball. They have Caleb Adams face guarding Wertz anytime he gives it up. So we'll see how the Bulldogs are able to play that.
And trying to make a spin move into the lane was Elliott Block. His defender turned away the body pressure, and he traveled because of it. Used to having somebody lean on you, they're not there. We'll go the other way with Wertz with the basketball. Wicker looking for a screen, eventually has to give it up to Schlatter. And then Rolfus. Aiden Rolfus is going to get a 3 out of the corner, and it went hard for him. Good rebound on the backside. We'll go to Block. Here's Moyer in the corner. Caleb Moyer averages 6 a game. He's got 10, and now he's got 12. 8 of them in this quarter. So they've had a couple guys really step up their scoring tonight in the presence of Caleb Moyer and Blake Rogers.
Really strong attack by Caleb Moyer. Obviously his athleticism unparalleled here, but also he's got a really long reach to him there. Makes it easy to finish over defenders.
Ball gets banged loose, ends up in the corner. And in the process of doing so, Blake Rogers will pick up his first foul. And just the second team foul of the quarter. Been a very cleanly played game in that respect. It's a 7-point lead in favor of the Redskins. Harder up on top, Wicker, and look at an offensive foul on a screen. That goes to Logan Billerman. And I believe Logan Billerman is the only player in the game who's picked up 2 fouls, and we only have 1:40 to go here in quarter number 3. So it's been a very cleanly played game.
Yeah, especially for how physical both teams have been here on the defensive end.
Richardson. Here's Rogers. Doesn't accept the screen this time and overshot it. Richardson almost with a steal. Will go the other way with Wertz. They cover up Wertz in a hurry. It goes to Rolfus. Bounce pass inside. A little give and go action, and it's stripped loose. Knocked out of Rolfus' hands to be Celina ball. 1:10 to go in the quarter. And looking. Finally, the ball comes in, bounce to Harder. Rolfus.
Again, Wapak denying Wertz hard here. As soon as he gives up the basketball into a face guard.
A little give and go action.
Job
yeah, but Logan Billerman ended up with the ball thanks to a good give and go type action. Cut it to 5.
And typically Caleb Adams would be the low man there to be able to take away that role. But again, he's in a face guard against Wertz and ends up giving up an easy basket there.
Give and go at the other end, and eventually the ball ends up into the hands of Elliott Block, who is fouled, and he is fouled by Gavin Wicker, who now has 2 fouls. And we will go to the free throw line for Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throws. Elliott Block with a basket in the first quarter, gets 2 free throws.
Look there at the Wapakoneta forward replay again. That's where playing off of 2 feet for Ryan Richardson really benefits him. His scoring opportunities taken away, but again, he keeps himself on balance, keeps his head up, and he's able to see Elliott Block cutting to the basket, and now he's at the free throw line.
Free throws are brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. He bangs them both in. 4 points in the game now, Elliott Black. 7-point lead as Celina will try to play last shot of the quarter. Billerman on top. And we had penetration dribble and a foul by Ryan Richardson. His first and team's third, so we're not into the bonus situation yet as Moyer checks back in. Baseline out of bounds. And getting about the screen for everybody on the court was Wertz. That shot's blocked. Another jumper. This will be a three-pointer out of the corner that will splash for Wertz. He's got 12 on an Army's auto-wrecking three-point field goal, and that will bring quarter number 3 to an end. It'll be a 4-point Wapakoneta lead as we head to the fourth. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Our quarter sponsor tonight for the fourth quarter is Al's Woody's Diner in Wapak. Wapak's best place for pizza, wings, subs, and burgers. Call 419-738-9111. And our three-point field goal sponsor tonight is Army's Auto Wrecking. Cash, cash, cash. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Army's at 419-225-1896. Each team scored 10 points in the quarter. It'll be 36-32 as we head to the fourth.
Yeah, Celina just won't go away here. I think Wapak's been putting some more balanced quarters together, but then reminiscent of the second quarter for Celina, they just put together a really big flurry there within the last couple of minutes to keep things close.
Each team has had a pair of big scorers this evening. Gavin Wicker has 16, and Cade Wertz has 12. For Celina, Blake Rogers has 15. Caleb Moyer has 12 for the Wapakoneta Redskins, and it will be Wapakoneta ball to start quarter number 4, and neither team has anybody in foul trouble, so this could be a really good quarter. Little zone action. A 1-2-2 half-court trap look from Celina. Moyer works the lane, kick out. This left-handed jumper is going to go up from block. He missed it, but Moyer rebounds, gets his strip, fight inside, and he yanks it away, and his coach calls a timeout. 7:40 to go. We're 20 seconds into the fourth. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Our scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Wabash Mutual Telephone, a proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. And the instant replays tonight are brought to you by Wapakoneta Ford. You are new and pre-owned inventory at wapakoneta4.net. or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. Saving a possession, you call a timeout. Wapak still has 2 remaining in the game. Celina has 3. It'll be Wapakoneta ball on the baseline of bounds. And if you didn't realize the athleticism of Caleb Moyer, he just swooped in, grabbed an offensive rebound, and then fought the ball away from a couple of Celina Bulldogs.
Yeah, and it looks like Coach Elkert there wanted to get a timeout and kind of get a game plan together for those different looks Celina's throwing at him that you pointed out, Mark. A little 1-2-2 zone action. Again, just trying to keep Wapak uncomfortable, kind of dial up the pressure a little bit, and especially, again, keep Wapak out of the paint, try to make them settle for three-pointers like that one. But again, Caleb Moyer was able to get that offensive rebound to save a possession, and now Caleb Adams able to throw that ball off a defender to keep it down at the Wapakoneta end after another O-board.
Pass out front to Rogers. Very few turnovers in the game, very few fouls in the game. It's been a very cleanly played basketball game by both teams, and very tightly played too after a big Wapakoneta lead early in the first quarter. Moyer trying to work down low, backs in, jump hook, nope. Fights for the rebound, and it went out of bounds before Caleb Adams could get it.
Nearly a third offensive rebound there to extend the possession for the Redskins.
Caden Wertz turned with the basketball for the green and white. Wicker. This long three is going to go up from Parker. Braylon Parker had 17 3-point field goals in the season. That's the first of the evening. And Army's auto-wrecking 3-point field goal cuts the lead to 1.
Yeah, he's shooting over 42% from three on the season so far on a pretty high volume, too.
Richardson gets into the lane, goes up from 12. He's had a tough night tonight, but a nice offensive rebound to block.
Wow.
Killing him on the offensive glass right now. 3-point lead, Redskins. Flare screen to Wicker. He gets a long three. And Adams rebounds. Wow, I like that young man. He is so athletic at 6'5". And a sophomore. Moyer gets a pass on the transition basket. He's got 14. He's got 10 of those in the second half.
Yeah, Wapakoneta just dominating the glass here so far through the first 2 minutes of this fourth quarter.
Off a screen comes Wicker. And now Wentz gets 2 screens. Wicker wants to get a 3. Now ball fakes, it goes inside and gets fouled, and he will get a couple of Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws. Cohen Harder gets his first foul, and the team's first of the quarter. That was my mistake. Got the wrong number 11. It goes to Elliott Block.
You know, Mark, we've talked a lot about the youth of these teams here throughout the night, but also a couple of young head coaches that are doing battle here tonight also. Both Trey Elkert and Adam Johns in their 5th seasons here as the head coaches at their respective schools. Trey, a 2013 Jackson Center graduate, and Adam Johns, a 2007 St. Mary's graduate. And Adam actually spent, I believe it was about 5 seasons on the bench here as an assistant coach under Doug Davis, and he was also the head Wapakoneta JV coach during that time.
40-37 on a pair of free throws by Gavin Wicker. Here's Moyer for 3. And a really nice rebound by Caden Wentz. To down 3. Billerman tried to post up inside, couldn't get it to him, and they reset. See Coach Johns directing traffic. There's a screen and roll action, and we're getting an offensive foul as Moyer takes a charge. Logan Billerman becomes the first player in the game with 3 fouls. There's that help defense we've seen several times this evening. That's maybe the best display of all with the offensive charge.
Absolutely. Again, Wapak, just all of those effort plays right now, they're making them here within the first 3 minutes of the final quarter.
3-point Redskin lead as we're under 5 minutes to go. Adams gets into the lane, shot missed, but he's fouled. And Logan Billerman has now picked up 4 fouls. His team has 8 in the game, and he's got 4 of them. We go to the free throw line with Caleb Adams. He's 1 for 2 from there tonight, and now he's 2 for 3. He's got 4 points. That foul situation will bring Caleb Schlatter into the game, the 6'5" freshman. Here's Adams again with a 4-point lead. And now 5, which is the number of points he has in the basketball game. Runner inside and floating one up and in is Gavin Wicker. He's got 20 now in the game.
Yeah, he's done a really good job tonight, again, getting into the paint. Maybe a little more known for his 3-point shooting, but showing a little versatility tonight.
Caleb Moyer, Ryan Richardson. Moyer again. Richardson, and then to Blake Rogers, who had 15 in the opening half. He works down inside, left that one short, and rebound to Parker. Braylon Parker. Schlatter just checked in a moment ago, and around it goes to Wirtz. This 3 is going to go up from Harder. Battling for the rebound is Slater inside, and he scores. The freshman makes a big play. Cuts the lead to 1.
Yeah, the resiliency from the Celina team has just been incredible tonight. Again, Wapak just cannot get rid of them. Celina won't say die here, keeping it in a ball game.
Right to the rim goes Adams. He left it short, battles the rebound, and Schlatter gets a rebound.
He's making a good impact here. His first minute into the game for Billerman, who's now in foul trouble.
It's a 1-point lead. Celina trying to take a lead. Swing it around to Wertz. Into the lane he goes from 12 feet, and he rolls it in. Caden Wertz has got 14 in the game, and his team has taken a 43-42 lead. The last possession down, Caleb Moyer walked by his coach and said, I want to post up. They tried to get it to him. He didn't get it. Let's see if this play they get it to him.
Yep, Horn said
yep,
here
there he is,
with the
right
screen.
there.
Yep.
Trying to post up on that right block. Celina defense had it covered up. He still posted up on the right block. Now they got him inside. Caleb Moyer says, let me work one-on-one. Spins inside, goes off glass. A little bit of contact, no call. Actually a pretty good defensive possession. Now Coach John saying, we're going to run some clock. I want a good shot this possession with 2 minutes to go.
Here we go, Schlatter, pick and roll.
Wapak has and a bad turnover for a team that has not turned it over all night long. They just misconnected on a play.
Yeah, they played a really clean game there, and again, trying to go to their ball screen action on the empty side, and ends with a turnover. So not the possession you're wanting there if you're Adam Johns.
Adam Johns takes a Metzger Financial Services timeout. His team is up by 1 with 2:03 to go. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Our three-point field goal sponsor tonight is Army's Auto Wrecking. Cash, cash, cash. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Army's at 419-225-1896. Our game is also presented tonight by Superior Credit Union, home of Spirit Checking Account and official sponsor of the Western Buckeye League. Timeout went to Wapakoneta to Celina. They each have used 3 timeouts now. I was about to say, Austin, if Wapak has to foul because they're behind, they only have 1 team foul. This new rule we put in a year ago where you get 5 a quarter before you shoot puts a team like Wapak that doesn't foul very often. They're in kind of a difficult situation should that become necessary.
Right.
And if Celina gets behind, they've only got 2 team fouls. So
fortunately, I guess if there's any silver lining to that, they don't have to worry about one player maybe fouling out or getting close on the foul count. So if there's any good to come out of that situation.
Caleb Moyer went ball screen, didn't use the screen, went to the rim and overshot it. Celina rebounds, and here is that situation. Wapak has committed only 1 team foul, so they can be very aggressive defensively and not put Celina on the free throw line. But likewise, if you want them on the free throw line, it's hard to do. To the rim, unable to finish inside. Wow. The shot was blocked from behind from Wertz.
Good contest.
Celina got back quickly. Adams tried to get to the rim and couldn't. Under 90 seconds to go. Rogers spins in the lane. Moyer in the corner. And Rogers again.
Wapak doing everything they can to try to get Caleb Moyer a look at the basket here.
Adams into the lane, he is pushed. That will be the 3rd team foul on the Bulldogs. Caleb Schlatter picks up his first foul. That'll bring Billerman back into the game, but Caleb Schlatter, the freshman, had a good run there.
Oh yeah, he had a good 4-minute spree there for Celina, and again keeping him in the game here with his rebounding.
Moyer high on top as we have 60 seconds to go. Patient possession. Ryan Richardson tries to get inside. Ball fakes. Has it kicked loose. And who hit it? It went out of bounds. Looks like it was off of Caden Wertz. 45.4 seconds to go. Wapak lobs it inside to Adams. He's working on Billerman with 4 fouls and goes up and missed a shot, but I think Logan Billerman just fouled out. That he did. Logan finishes with a couple of points and a solid defensive effort. And to the free throw line will be Caleb Adams. He is 3 for 4 there this evening. He is the 6'5" sophomore.
Yeah, that's one of Wapak's favorite baseline out of bounds plays there. Start with a 4-low set. Caleb Adams rises for the ball, and everybody else just clears out. And he's kind of got one-on-one in the paint to go up with it, and he's able to work his way to the free throw line.
His first Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw ties the score at 43. And his second puts his team up 1. He's 4 for 4 from the quarter. And his coach just takes a Metzger Financial Services timeout. 40.6 to go in regulation. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Our scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Wabash Mutual Telephone, a proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. And our free throw sponsor tonight has been Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. The Metzger Financial Services timeout went to Wapakoneta Redskins. They have 1 remaining. Celina has 2. And Caleb Adams has made a very important 5 out of 6 free throws this evening, including 4 for 4 in this quarter.
Yeah, here in the second half, Wapak's really featured the 2 Calebs, just trying to get them to the basket as much as they possibly can.
So the ball will be inbounded by Harder. He'll look immediately to Caden Wertz. Wapak stays man-to-man.
Celina again kind of going to their base set here. Let's see what they can get out of it.
Harder looked at 3 and turned it down. And has to pick the ball up, and we're going to get a timeout. His coach realized what was going on. Said we needed a timeout and got it right there. Now think about the WSN Scores app. You can download the new and improved WSN Scores app with the most up-to-date scores in West Ohio. Brought to you by the QP Hamburgers and available at both Android and the Apple stores. So Celina took one of their 2 remaining timeouts with things kind of breaking down on him right there, and they still will trail by a point at 43-44. You see the Wapakoneta huddle right there. Coach John's drawing something up on this side. You know you'd like to get something going to the rim if you can get that.
Yeah, I think with Coach Johns here, again, something I've seen kind of in late game situations or in a quarter situations, you're going to see Werns get the ball into maybe some high ball screen action, or maybe get him an empty side ball screen, try to get him going to the basket here. So I imagine he's going to want to take the last shot here, potentially in regulation.
20.1 seconds to go in the fourth. To the backcourt it goes. Caden Wertz working against Caleb Moyer. Wicker. Here's Wertz, left wing. Gets a screen. Pull-up jumper from 17 under pressure. It bounces around and falls in. Caden Wertz scores points 15 and 16 over good defensive pressure. His team leads 45-44, and the Redskins take their final timeout with 2.3 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Celina got exactly what they wanted there. Again, ran kind of some motion. They get Wertz the ball on the wing, empty side, ball screen, and from there, pretty much it's just, hey, one-on-one. It was great defense too, but Wertz, again, pump fake, able to go up over the top there to make that jumper. Just, again, an incredible play, and that's just Coach John saying, hey, we're giving you the ball. You got to go out and make the play here, and he did.
I think the impressive part about that was he shot that over Caleb Adams, who's a 6'5" sophomore, but with good length and good athleticism. That's a tough shot.
Oh, yeah, and Caleb's done a pretty good job on Wertz here. I know, again, I think scorebook's going to show he's got 16 or 18 points here. But, again, Caleb has really been hawking him here all night long. And one thing for me, I would love to know the amount of ground that Caden Wertz is covering on a nightly basis.
Oh, boy.
Because, again, he's doing a little bit of everything. Again, he's running the point. They run him off a ton of screens all night long. And beyond that, he's also probably their best perimeter defender also, and drawing a really tough assignment. So again, he's covering and hasn't been on the bench yet tonight outside of timeouts. So.
Well, the clock was at 2.3, I thought. Now it's at 2. I think Coach Elkert's having a discussion with our officiating crew about that. Wapak does not have any timeouts remaining. Celina has one. And we know sometimes in this situation they like to see what the offense is going to run and call a timeout and maybe get an idea what the set's going to look like. And we're at the scores table now, discussing how much time should be on the clock. You can see Coach Johns has got a good opportunity to look at what this set's going to look like. And we're trying to get the clock reset, and 2.6, so I misread the clock originally. It is 2.6. Moyer can run the baseline if he chooses to do so, and there is the Celina timeout. Now that will be the final timeout of regulation. When this one comes to an end, we'll come back with our Stolly Hustle Award winner, and following that, try to snag an interview with the winning coach. Our timeouts that are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. You can call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. We appreciate all of our sponsors. You can give a call to the station, 419-339-4444, if you'd like to sponsor some of our athletic contests on WOSN. Always looking to add new sponsorships. Austin, the athletic director, Brad Rex, who I've known since he was in high school, tells me you are the best tennis coach in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, I don't quite know about that yet, but love the opportunity to get to do it. And again, Brad does a good job backing me up, that's for sure.
All right, Kayla Moyer is the inbounder. No timeouts for either team. And Moyer looks. The pass goes to mid-court and stolen. The play by Caden Wernz. What a play by Wernz. He slipped in, stole the inbounds pass, flipped it up in the air so the time would run out. Here's that play again. And you can see the wonderful play that he made. Final basket, final steal, Caden Wernz, the 6'1" senior.
Wow.
Celina comes all the way back. They were down at the end of the first quarter, 17-8. And they will come back to win this one, 45-44. Austin, I'll be back in a moment. We'll do our post-game show starting with the Stolly Hustle Award winner. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. We're back at Wapakoneta High School, where Celina has come back to take a 45-44 victory over the Wapakoneta Redskins. Our first order of business to check out our Stolly Hustle Award winner, and you can do so on the WSN YouTube page. Tonight's winner, the 6'1" senior from Celina, and that would be Caden Wernz.
Yeah, Caden played an incredible basketball game, not only on the offensive end with his scoring output, but defensively, including just absolutely blowing up that final play of the game, which you and I talked about. Definitely a gutsy move to do there with the situation that Celina had.
Celina Bulldogs will go to 3-6 on the season. They are 2-1 in the Western Buckeye League. Quarter scores of 8, 14, 10, and 13. They were led in scoring by Gavin Wicker with 20, and Caden Wernz, as we said, had 16. The Wapakoneta Redskins, they will drop to 3-6. They are 1-2 in the conference. Quarter scores of 17, 9, 10, and 8 for them this evening. JV game was won by the Wapakoneta Redskins 57-35. A really good high school basketball game, turned out to be a one-point game.
That was, and again, just the resilience that Celina showed throughout the entire game. I mean, again, there was a couple stretches there. They're down by 8 points, and they're just able to put some of these late flurries together and come away with the victory. Again, just a very impressive basketball game between two really young teams here in the Western Buckeye League that I think within the next year or two are going to start making their way to the top. We're
going to try to snag an interview with Coach Johns before we wrap this one up this evening. See if we can go down on the floor and get him out of the locker room and talk to him a bit. You've been watching high school basketball on WOSN. We're back at Wapakoneta High School. Celina with a 45-44 victory night over Wapak. We're here with the winning coach tonight, Adam Johns. Adam, your team is down 17-8 the first quarter. They got a guy who's averaging 5 a game, goes off for 12 in the first quarter, and your guys rebounded. What did you talk about at the end of the first 8 minutes?
I mean, the big thing, you had to kind of rebound a little bit, kind of reassess. Now, we did a pretty good job. You said we gave up however many to Rogers there, which I'd rather have that than Ryan Richardson because he's been kind of lighting the world on fire for them offensively. So it's kind of a give and take, and then, okay, from there, all right, whoever's guarding Rogers, Blake, kind of stay just one step closer. We'll kind of go from there, and then, they went inside a little bit with Caleb Moyer and stuff like that, so adjusted a little bit. If you stay down on Caleb, he kind of struggled to finish there a little bit in the second half, but it's kind of give and take a little bit to where we didn't want Richardson to get loose at all right there at any point, and Caden did a pretty good job on him throughout the game.
And, Coach, I want to ask you about that final play of the game there. Caden Wentz going for the ball on that final play when they were trying to inbound to Ryan Richardson. How much trust do you have to have in a player going after the ball in a play like that when you had 4 team fouls? So it's a really high-risk, high-reward kind of play.
No, and it is. It's one of those where that's where, to me, I think multi-sport guys are key in all athletics. Caden also plays football. He plays defensive back. They had Caleb Moyer taking the ball out of bounds. Pretty smart there, having a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah.
Trigger your full court, inbounds pass. So it was kind of one of those. I put him deep and kind of make a play, and as long as the ball went backwards, I didn't really care.
Well, you put the ball in his hands when you need a basket too, and that's what your senior's on scholarship for.
No, exactly, and I think we're working on applications for a COVID year for him and things like that. So we'll see what can happen. I don't know, but yeah, that's exactly what he's for.
No, so this is a big win for you guys tonight. You moved to 2-1 in the Western Buckeye League, and this is a team that I think, again, you've talked about how young they are, but they've shown some great flashes so far this season. You guys play Versailles in the season opener, lose by 7, a tight battle there. Versailles is now 7-0 on the season, and also Marion Local, you guys play extremely tough. They're 6-0 on the season.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, whether you come into a WBL gym, you travel and play in a MAC gym, it doesn't really matter. You're going to have to kind of weather some storms at certain points, and we did that really well tonight in the league, which kind of transpired. And it's one of those, like you said, Walpak's kind of going through it too. We've got young guys, trying to earn some varsity time, trying to close out varsity games. And I said that kind of after our St. Mary's win that, you can close out games all you want and things like that at younger ages, but until you do it in a league game on a Friday night at home or on the road, there's nothing comparable to that in this area.
You talk about young guys growing up. Logan Billerman gets 4 fouls, and you have to bring in Caleb Slack. He did a really nice job. The freshman did a really nice job for you in there.
And he is pretty raw, but you can't teach 6'5". He moves pretty well for a freshman. That is that big, and he's deceptively strong. I know he's only going to get stronger. I've talked to some of the football coaches about it just a little bit, but he's another multi-sport guy for us, and he just goes out, and we're just asking him to do simple things, rebound, defend, alter some shots if they come your way, and he did that pretty well tonight.
He really did. Adam Johns, the winning coach tonight from Celina. This team wins over Wapakoneta 45-44. Our sponsors tonight have been Wallback Mutual Telephone, Wapakoneta Ford, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, Army's Auto Wrecking, Nesco Financial Services, Al's Woody's Diner, and the Superior Credit Union. Thanks to our crew as well. The director tonight is Wayne Getz. Our camera people tonight have been Derek Henry and Kelsey Beimer. The AD here is Brad Rex. We thank those as well. Celina goes to 2-1 in the conference with a 45-44 win over the Wapakoneta Redskins. You've been watching high school basketball on WOSN.